video is brought to you by Letsynthesize Academy, the #1 place for practice-oriented courses for serious music producers.
Hey, Dan Larson here. Today I want to show you this pitch bending Neuro bass that most of you guys were very interested about, like this. This is very powerful, you can do lots of things with that, and I made it in white also. Right now, let's jump into it. Okay, so this is the bass sound that I'm talking about. I think it's very powerful and very usable for almost every style of drum and bass. So the Letsynthesize Fat Track is an important tool here, and I guess the EQ too, because without them it's just very powerless. But with the Letsynthesize Fat Track it instantly gets into life, and this is very cool, but at the same time it creates too much mid-low frequencies. So this is why I use an EQ at around 300 Hz, and of course chopping off the tops to tame those mid basses and the highs a little. And it is now just fantastic sounding, in my opinion. The Vital preset is very simple, but the effects that really gives the sound that craziness. The waveform is a classic fade, but the main thing here is the quantization, you know, where you go from a saw wave to a sort of squarey kind of thing. Because with a simple saw, I don't know, it's a little too, it contains too much mid frequencies that I don't really like. I want to have it like very aggressive. I'm sure that you can hear this kind of sound. I'm not a big fan of that. So if I crank up the quantization, it's such a cool thing, and the form scale also. But it doesn't give too much to the sound. Now I'm using, as you can see, 5 voices of unison, and I slightly detune it. Now here comes the important part, the effects. So let me deactivate them one by one. So I started with the chorus, to add a little more voices to it. Then the distortion is an important part here that creates the crunch and the aggressiveness. As you can see, I'm using an LP feeder to cut the very highs at the same time, the OTT, and the flanger to add a little more metallic overtones to it. Not too much, as you can see, the mix is at around 63%. Now the EQ is another important part here, to boost the mids a little and cut at around 3K, 3.5K, and boost the very lows. So we just kill that very sweepy kind of frequency. Now a filter that is also, I love this kind of thing. You can go from band pass to notch to low pass, high pass, whatever. It's such a cool thing, and I'm just using a notch blend. And this creates a huge movement to it. And a phaser to the end to kill those little mid frequencies. It's very subtle, but it also is there, making the sound a little more aggressive and more evil. So this is the sound itself, but don't forget, the Letsynthesize Fat Track really strengthens the sound. And the EQ is important. So this was it. Grab the preset from my Patreon.